Hey everybody, this will be your trade ideas 725 for the week, what 726 through what 730. All right, so the first thing we gotta, let's go ahead and get right into it. Also, well, I get into that right after this first one. All right, so the first one we got is lift. All right, what we're looking for with lift on the weekly is a 2 down, 2 up reversal. So the entry would be right there. All right. That would be the entry on the week. All right. Entry calls week, which let me uncap up the entry calls on the weekly time frame. All right. But if it does so happen to continue and go back down, puts below here on the weekly. All right. Price level 4. Entry puts week. All right. For your puts, if it does break below and extends the bottom of the broad information, then your first price target would be right there. Entry. I mean, PT. PT means price target, PT1 week. All right, mark that red. Boom. Your first price target for calls would be right here. And I basically know that by color coding it. PT1 week. Green is for calls, red is for puts, price target. All right. So we're looking for a 2 down, 2 up reversal. We like reversals more, but if it does continue down, all right, boom, we're in puts. But the more interesting thing is what's going on the daily. So on the daily, we have a double inside day, which means a consolidation and then an even tighter consolidation, because in the strat, that's what one means. One is a consolidation, all right, basically. All right. So when we have back-to-back inside candles, that means it was consolidating and then it formed an even tighter consolidating range. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark the high and mark the low. All right. So it's a few ways things could go, but I'll just, mark this real quick. Hold on. Entry puts daily. All right. And then entry calls. Oops. What happened? Boom. Entry calls. So once lift picks a side, it's going to really explode to it. I mean, it could go 3, but we're just basically going to look for it 2. But remember, again, if it reverses, so like, let's say it goes puts first Monday, boom, and then it break back above the line for puts and start heading towards call, make sure you hop out the puts, because it might end up going and being for calls, because like Netflix Friday, for the people who, be checking out the daily watch list, they Netflix went 3 Friday. All right. But if a lift can explode to the upside, it has a bunch of targets / pivots. Pivots are obvious places where people put their stop loss. It has obvious pivots to hit that once it break out this consolidation, lift can really run and possibly hit this first price target Monday or even, Tuesday, depending on what lift want to do. Lift, could go either way. All right. But if it goes to the downside, boom, that's gonna be a 2-2 continuation on the weekly. So without making it too confusing, we're hoping for like a 2 up, because that 2-1-1-2 continuation will trigger the 2-2 reversal on the weekly time frame, which would be a strong signal. And this trade could end up being a very winning trade. When it comes to option contracts for lift, which is not really too much volume on these. Let me check out this August 20th one. Probably might be expensive. That's not really much volume. Check out this August 6th. It's some for the 59. I would just say go with the July 30th. And potentially, because you want to be in the money. So like, let's say it does break right? And it goes 2 up, I'll probably just get the 58 call potentially. That has the most volume and open interest. And it's relatively cheap. So you can afford it. So I'd go with that. And if it goes to the to the upside and it hits it within, you buy 58, let's say it does it Monday and it goes to almost 60 Monday, that's a good trade. Or even if it doesn't do it till Tuesday, right? So if your entry on the daily is going to be 55.73, then your weekly is going to be 56.12. Let's see if we have any early entries on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, we do mark the high, mark the low, which really ain't that much of a difference on this tight consolidation range. Entry calls 4 hour. Okay. And then entry puts 4 hour. And with these being so tight, again, if you see it break one way and then start reversing and breaking the other way, make sure you just hop out, because at the end of the day, you want to practice good risk management. And usually if it breaks back below and starts like gets halfway, but halfway to the other side, maybe you're not down 20%, but you don't want it to go calls on you if it was just puts. And now your puts is really gonna start losing value. All right. You want to be able to have no bias, play either side, whichever way it go. And the little small loss you take, if you end up correcting, if it ends up going the other way and you hop in the other way once it break the entry, it's going to mitigate whatever losses you have. That's why you want to make sure that you don't enter heavy to start. All right. So that's lift. All right. The broad information was already drawn before, basically drew from this hammer back to here, and then from right here, this high back to that low. All right, because this made a lower low of that, but this is also where price reversed up. Remember, I told y'all easier way to see where the broad information, the top and bottom is, to see where price reversed. Price reversed off the bottom, price reversed off the top. That's how you know this is the top. That's how you know this is the bottom. Easiest way. And then you draw from a low to a higher low, and you draw from a high back to a lower high. That way you get that, that greater than sign. That's how you know you have a broad information. All right, because it has to actually broaden. All right. Now to the next one, Chewy. All right, Chewy kind of already been running, but on the weekly time frame, Chewy went 3. So I think because Chewy went 3, it may continue. It could end up being a consolidation, but you never know. But I think Chewy may continue. It done had like back-to-back 3. So it had a 3 right here, had a 3 right here. Now it has a 3. It may be looking to go ahead and break out of this range. If it does, we can enter calls right here. Entry calls for like a 3-2 continuation. If it goes 2 up, that'd be a 3-2 continuation basically. Let's see, entry calls week. All right. Then you got, puts all the way down here. Entry puts week. All right. So boom, that's what we're shooting for. The price target on the week would be up here. That's a long ways away, but we'll probably find some in between targets on the daily PT1 week. And then really the first price target for puts could be right there, and then the second one could be right here. There was one in between, but I ain't gonna worry about it. PT1 week. Red. PT2 week. Oops. All right. Let's go down to daily. On the daily, as you can see, Chewy had a great week, like a really good week. Went basically from 79 up to 87. So it may have a cooling off period. So we'll see. So your entry for calls on the daily is the same, but just in case it breaks below, you have your entry for puts. All right. entry puts daily. Again, you don't want to have any bias with this stuff. You got a couple price targets here, basically, for puts before you get your entry for puts down there. So PT1 daily for puts. Since these are all so close together, it might hit them all at the same time if it was to break down. Properties, PT2 daily. Oops. And then the last one right here, PT3 daily. All right, boom. And then for our calls, our price target, here go in between price target right here. Entry. Not entry. PT1 daily. You got another in between right here. PT2 daily. All right. So that's what we're looking at so far. All right. Hold on. You got your price target 1 on the daily, got your price target 2, and price target 3 for puts. If it goes 2 down, if basically if it goes 2 down or even goes 3 or something. Entry calls right here is the same for the daily. So if it goes 2 continuation calls, first price target on the daily, then your second price target. Let's look at the 4 hour for earlier entry. And for the most part, you don't really have an earlier entry for calls. You just have an earlier entry for puts. So entry puts 4 hour. Again, like I always preach, you don't want to have any bias. You just want to go with wherever price takes you. When you have bias, it's harder for you to get out that position swap or anything like that. You want to make sure that you have no bias and you just go where price takes you. If price isn't really doing anything, you just move on to the next thing on your list or whatever. All right. So that's that. Also, for the in-between like weekly list, daily list that I come up with like almost every night now, during the week. Follow me on Twitch. I'll leave a link below for the Twitch. If you don't have an account, I suggest that you make an account because I'm gonna be like I said, at night during the week making those. It'll be a fun learning experience, as well as Twitch is a lot more fun because I'll be live streaming, so you'll be watching me live do it. Still follow me on Instagram because I'm gonna start posting a lot of different stuff on Instagram and stuff like that. But it was just easier for people to see the charts on Twitch instead of trying to hold it up to the screen with my phone on Instagram. So everybody was like, yeah, we recommend Twitch because it's a lot funner than YouTube live streaming. So please make sure you follow me over there. I guarantee you're gonna love it. That's probably what y'all are gonna see. Why y'all be seeing certain people say stuff about Twitch in the chat. It's because they're following me on Twitch or whatnot. And so far we already got like 300 people over there on Twitch. So it's definitely dope. I done created some unique things over there. So, make sure you check that out. Again, the link will be below. So yeah. All right. But next to the next one, Zillow. Zillow, I'm liking Zillow because of the setup that it has to the upside. It's basically setting up for a beautiful 2 down, 2 up reversal with tight pivots right here to blow through. Remember, again, pivots are obvious places that people put their stop loss. All right. So if somebody, again, is bearish, just in case you never seen any of my other videos, if somebody is bearish, they usually put their stop loss at the top of the candles. When somebody is bullish, they usually put their stops at the bottom of the candles, right? And that's why a lot of times stocks take the stairs up and the elevator down, because on the way down, the shorts is blowing through people long positions. It's hitting their stop loss, which is what happens when you hit somebody's stop loss that is long. They come to the market as sellers. So they bring more liquidity, which helps push the price down via, supply and demand, more supply on the market, not really a demand, push prices down. And then same way going up. When somebody who's long and those start blowing through people who are short positions, what happened is the people who are shorting now have to cover their positions. How they cover their positions? By coming and buying stock, right? Which takes supply off the market, which drives the demand up. Little supply, more demand pushes prices up. All right. So right here for the week, this is our entry. All right. Entry calls week. All right. And, if it just happens to continue down, push below here. No bias, remember. Entry puts week. All right. You got price target 1, price target 2, price target 3. Could potentially do all that really this week. All right. So PT1 week. Change this to green. Price target 2, PT2 week. Green, boom, and then price target 3. 3. All right. So if I had to draw the broad information right now, the broad information would look like this one here. Back to there, move low, back to higher low, as well as this is where price seems to have reversed it. I mean, this is strong, big green candle right here. All right. And then where price previously reversed. All right. So it's the top, reversed off the top. Bottom look like it has reversed off the bottom. We go down to the daily time frame. All right. And right now you see a 1-2. So what we're looking at with this is the 1-2-2 reversal, the 1-2 down, 2 up reversal. So this is a beautiful hammer. All right. So we have a little bit of an earlier entry right here. All right. So let me go right here. And then, for push down here. So let me mark that. You never know what can happen. Entry, puts, daily. Let me double check, make sure Zillow don't have earnings this week. Pretty sure they don't. So I'm gonna have some honorable mentions. That's they have earnings this week. Whatnot, but I just didn't want to do that. All right. So entry calls on the daily for Zillow. All right. Then here's your in between. This be your first price target as far as on the daily before the week price target. So PT1 daily. All right. Oops, my bad. I forgot to turn that green. But as you can see, it's a lot of upside potential. I mean, it's some, if it goes to downside, you got your first price target, then your second on the daily for puts. PT1 daily. Then PT2 daily. Oops. All right. So as you can see, man, if it goes 1-2-2, 2 down, 2 up reversal on the daily, that's going to trigger the weekly entry. Then we got an in-between daily target. And then we just got a lot. Is that a gap fill? No, kind of got a gap fill. Not really. But there's a lot of upside potential to the top of the broad information. That's what we like. That's what lift looked like too as well. So it's like, oh my gosh, this could be a home run. This could be a beautiful winner. When it comes to choosing, contracts for this, you can look at the 115 if you want to. Yeah, because the 115 is the price target. I mean, it's the price between the daily price target and the weekly price target. So by the time you hit the week, the 115 will be in the money. All right. I would say try to, maybe let's see what this one look like. You could By the August 20th one, if you wanted some more time, if you can afford that, you know, I know everybody has a different budget with it. Or what you could do is like, if it does take off this week with the July 30th ones, maybe this helps you afford that further out. And this is a wide bid ass spread. It's crazy. It's crazy how wide that is and how this one's kind of a little bit closer. But if you want to, you know, go with the August 20th, or let's see, not really much on August 6th, August 13th. Nope. I would say just go with the July 30th. Remember, the volume and open interest um, changes every day. All right. So always double check and see what it's changed to. But a lot of people have the August 20th. All right. 12,000 people are locked in on this 120 call. All right. And then if we go down to the 4 hour for the earlier entries, all right, it's not really one for calls, but you know, for puts, here's your early entry. Again, I remind you, if it goes against you and breaks the other side for the other entry, you know, just be sure to exit your position. If you want to wait to see what it's going to actually do, to see if it's just a shakeout, wait. No rush. You don't have to be the first one to be in. Remember, when things occur matter. If it's in the first 30 minutes of the market, that might be very volatile. It might end up swapping and going the other way after the first hour. Um, a good example of that, look at Netflix Friday. Look what it did, how it went outside. They went puts first, then went calls and just ran crazy. All right. So that's Zillow. So far we got Lyft, Chewy, Zillow. Next is Airbnb. Go to the week. Might clear this drawing set. All right, so Airbnb, if I draw the broad information off the weekly time frame, it's like here to here, then like here, back to here. All right. Again, looking for a 2 down, 2 up reversal. Entry is here. PT1 is right here. If it does break for puts, puts below there. Don't really know what to shoot for besides this 121 mark for it. Entry puts week. Oops. All right. Entry calls week. I keep doing that week. Then you got your price target 1 for calls. Like I said, price target 1 for puts might be there or might be here. I'm not gonna worry about marking it. I'm at PT1 week. All right. Then let's go to the daily. Possibly having a 2 down, 2 up reversal, and this is a hammer. So that'd be a good setup to potentially have that reverse that hits into the week entry. All right. So entry calls daily. All right. And basically your first price target is your weekly entry. Then you got this in between, these 2 in between price targets, which is the top of the candle. All right. So when you're marking your price targets, remember you're marking for calls, you're marking the highs of the candles. And then for push, you're marking the lows of the candles. All right. PT1 daily. Oops. I don't know why I changed that. Red, green, entry. I keep saying entry. PT2 daily. All right. And then for puts, if it does a 2-2 continuation down, entry puts daily. And then you got your PT1 right here. PT1. All right. So as you can see, a lot more upside potential than downside potential. But yeah, we're hoping for this hammer up. This was a hammer, but as you can see, it's a lot of wicks on the downside. So it seems like it wants to go up. So we'll see how it plays out. Go down to the 4 hour, see if there's an earlier entry. There is. Got a tight consolidation range. Edit entry calls on the 4 hour. And then entry for those puts. Entry puts 4 hour. All right. Literally this simple when you're mapping out your trades. Literally simple. All right. So that's Airbnb. All right. Next we have Uber. And then again, like when you're picking contracts, you know, look for stuff that has good volume and it's not too far out the money. Like you see that good volume, good open interest. You could literally go with that one. Or if you wanted to shoot for the 145, you could, but the 140 is a safer option, safer bet. All right. Because how close it is to the money, once it gets in the money, then it has, you know, intrinsic value. And what's the price target? Yeah, you could literally actually just go with the 145. I mean, your price target on the daily, the first one is 144. So if you wanted to go with the 145, because if you hit the weekly price target, you'll be in the money, $5. I'd go with the 145. All right. And it's cheaper. All right. So that's what we have for that. All right. Next is Uber. Uber. Same kind of setup. 2 down hammer. Triangle right there. Right. You can see like the little triangle. Boom. And it might just go ahead and explode up. Look at the potential it has. All right. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly. Same thing. 2 down, 2 up setup for the reversal. This hammer is below it, so you wouldn't be able to really draw to there. But if you wanted to split through here, you could. But I'm probably just going to draw from like here, the broad information here to here, and then the high from here back to there, because, you know, it went up and then it reversed. All right. So, booyah. Entry on the week, entry cost week. I'm not gonna worry about marking the puts because that, oh snap. At this point, kind of see how to market. Entry cost week, first price target, second price target. What is it? PT 1 week. Green. Then PT 2 week. Green. Booyah. All right. Now we go down to the daily. See that beautiful setup. Boom. Potential 2 down, 2 up reversal. This is the 2 down. If it breaks above right here, this high, it'll go 2 up. All right. Edit. Entry. Daily. Oh, my bad. Entry calls. Calls. Again, if it reverses, you know, you get your puts below here. At the bottom of the candle, you mark the low like that. Boom. 46. Below 46.78 be puts. I'm not going to worry about marking it. That looks like a strong hammer. All right. But anything could happen. So just keep that in your mind. PT 1 daily, get you an in-between price target. All right. And then we could check out the 4 hour for earlier entry. Don't really have one for puts if you want to market for puts. All right. For Uber, what would the contract be? Oops. Uber charts. The in-between price target is 48, between 49. So maybe you get what kind of contracts they got. I mean, you could literally get the 48.5. Boom. 48.5. Very affordable. Has a lot of open interest. So you can get the 48.5. I know the 0.5 contracts aren't sexy, but it looks like a lot of people bought them, or you can just go with the 49. Still has a 4-cent spread. So either way, those two are your best options, the 48.5 or the 49. All right. So by the time it hits the first price target on the weekly, you'll be in the money. If it decides to go all the way and hit the, price target too, this week, you'll really be in the money. All right. So those are the two contracts you can look at. The next one is going to be Ulta. The last, really, the one I'll probably last one I really chart out. We have two honorable mentions, but oh snap, Ulta is a 122. Clear drawing set. Let me clear out this old stuff. All right. So right now, the broad information right now for Ulta would look like, there's two ways it can look. You can draw like this, then from here back to here, or you can say this is the new bottom right here because price is reversing and going up, and draw it back to there. So technically, because on the daily, it's going to show that price reversed right here and went up, and then it's going to show on the daily that this where price reversed from the top and went down. All right. So right here, we're looking for the 1-2 down, 2 up reversal, the 1-2-2. All right. The entry is right here on the week. Right. So if it breaks above this entry, that's what makes it go 2 up for the 1-2 down, 2 up. All right. So entry, week, entry calls. All right. And price is going to be looking to break out of this range to extend the broad information at the top. So yeah. Your first price target is going to be here because remember on the 1-2-2, if you look at the cheat sheet that's in the that's under, you can find it in market facts and resources under strat tutorials and resources. It'll be the strat resources Google Doc. It'll have the cheat sheet in there, the strat combo sheet basically. This will be, the price target we shoot for because it's the one before the one. All right. It's the candle before the one candle. All right. So price target 1 week. All right. Boom. Green. All right. So price is at 341. Entry is 346. Price target is 353. So obviously we're going to have an in-between price target on the daily. So we go down to the daily. See, we actually got a shooter. We actually have a potential 1-2 up, 2 down reversal. So we'll see. We'll mark the high and low for this one. And technically this would be the price target for it. So if it does go puts, what is it? This would be PT1 daily for puts because you have a 1-2-2, a potential 1-2 down, 2 up reversal on the weekly time frame, but you also have a 1-2 up, 2 down reversal on the week. On the daily, right? Because you see this the 1-2 up, 2 down. On the weekly, it's the opposite. All right. So that's the price target for the daily. Then we have the entry for the puts. So it could be puts first Monday and then reverse and go up. Ulta, I want to say maybe is Ulta on this? They might have earnings. Hold on. No, I think I did check. And I think it wasn't. I think they didn't. Yeah, they don't. It's actually said August 25th. All right, cool. Entry calls daily. All right. Oh, that's puts. I'm tripping. Entry puts daily. All right. And then you have your entry for calls. All right. Then we go down to the 4-hour. We definitely have earlier entries. It's tight. It's not much of an earlier entry. It's like a couple cents, but oh well. Got entry puts. Entry. Change this so y'all can see it. All right. So here's your entry for the calls and the puts on the 4-hour, just marking the high and low of the one on the 4-hour. All right. So whichever way it breaks, that's the way you take it. All right. Hopefully it breaks 2 up. It'd just be a 1, 2. It won't even be technically. It'd just be a, what would it be on the daily? It would just be a what, a 2. It'd just be a 2-1-2 continuation to the 1-2 up, 2 down reversal. But this is a shooter. So we'll see if it go ahead and breaks up, or will it break down and then eventually break up, because it might go shooter, hammer, back to the upside, you know what I'm saying, and just break down, maybe just take this out, or maybe drop down to here before going to the upside and actually doing the 1-2-2 on the weekly chart. So we'll see how it plays out. But remember, as you go out through the week, the entries and stuff will change just in case it doesn't go ahead and trigger it Monday. It might not trigger till Tuesday. Remember, Rob calls Tuesday, turn around Tuesday. All right. And a lot of times Monday tends to be red, but we will see because of the big earnings week that we have this week. Honorable mentions for setups, I won't chart them out, but honorable mentions is QCOM. QCOM has earnings. When do they have earnings? I think it's Wednesday. Hold on. Yeah, Qualcomm, QCOM, whatever, has earnings Wednesday after close. All right. But it's setting up for a 2 down. I delete all this stuff off here. It's setting up for a 2 down, 2 up reversal to the upside, and it has a lot of potential to go to the upside. All right. And then on the daily, it would just be like a 2-2 continuation. All right. Boom. QCOM went crazy this week. All right. So you got QCOM as honorable mention, and you have Boeing, because Boeing also has earnings. Boeing has earnings on Wednesday before open. All right. And Boeing, I think, has a 2 down, 2 up reversal set up on the weekly too. Let me see, BA. Yep, BA, and it looks like it's at the bottom of the broad information, right? So those are my 2 honorable mentions because they have the setups, but they do have earnings. I don't really play earnings, all right, but they do have the setup on the weekly chart for a reversal. And then I think on the daily, what would this be? Yeah, it technically would be a 2-2 continuation, but maybe Monday it goes 2 down, all right? And it also has a gap to fill up here for Boeing, right? You can see the gap in price. All right. And also another gap up here. So we will see how Boeing does, but those are your 2 honorable mentions. That was your trade ideas list for the week. All right. For the swinging through the week and stuff like that, for the weekly reversals and triggers. All right. For the people who like to swing and stuff like that. Also, again, make sure you follow me on Twitch. I'll pull up my Twitch on the screen real quick. Let's see. Move myself out the way. All right, so this is what the Twitch looks like. Oh, matter of fact, I ain't go to my channel. Oh, that is my channel. All right, this is what the Twitch looks like. All right. TheStratuchiha, 300. We already got a good bit of people on here. As you can see, I've been like live during market hours and stuff like that during the week. Don't really have a schedule yet. Eventually, maybe I'll put out a schedule. But as you can see, this Twitch, like I said, again, is very fun. It's cool. The emotes on there is fun. It's very interactive. And you can also like kind of see me doing things like in real time and stuff like that. All right. So make sure you follow me on Twitch and follow me on Instagram at Ray Jentsman. All the links and stuff will be below. If you need one-on-ones, it'll be below. I'm opening up my one-on-ones next week during the week, so you can catch me on Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So if you need help, feel free to reach out. Links will be below. Also, remember to check provider resources and stuff like that. For my tutorials, make sure you look at market facts and resources under strat tutorials. All right. Let's continue, to take Wealth Squad to the next level. Make sure y'all shout Wealth Squad and stuff out on your social media pages, because man, we got to get to 50,000, man. We got to get to 50,000. All right. And I'll make sure I help us get to 50,000, bro. We're gonna take over the world with Wealth Squad. All right. So follow me. And I will catch y'all on the next trade ideas. All right.